Hey everyone. Good morning. I just want that dog to bark a little bit more. Good morning everyone. Oh, I know everybody's tired. What's today? Wednesday. It's hump day. But as also, boy, this election is making me tired. So I thought that we would just do something fun and do some Halloween-y decorations. Who was it that put the election right after Halloween? I wonder if that was planned. But anyway, so if you're feeling a little, and plus it's rainy and super windy today here in Peabody, Massachusetts. In fact, the wind is going up and down my chimney, and my guinea pigs live in the room where the fireplace is, and they were all ruffled. All their fur was ruffled, but we can prevent that a little bit just by having a fun time this morning. I hope you all are well and you're staying sane and all of that wonderful stuff. And let's do some crafting. Man, if everybody had a hobby, like we did, man, I think the world would be a better place, right? Anyway, sorry, that's me going on about the election. Woo, 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 woo. So we're going to be making this really cute Halloween card. Oh, you did, David? Okay, let everybody know that. That's important. So Lori Jo, my friend Lori Jo, who is an expert crafter, expert cricketer, and does all of these projects, sometimes ahead of me, did this project. It's from Rob and Bob. And she said that there's an extra piece of the project. And I was like, extra piece? What are you talking about, Lori Jo? And it wasn't until I tried to make this card that I knew what she was talking about. So this is the card that we're going to be making. Whoop. I'm going to actually delete this one from my screen and get all these little pieces over. This is free if you have Cricut Access, which I hope you have because it's awesome. And I don't think people realize how awesome it is. But this is free, and this is from one of our favorite Cricut Access designers. It's Rob and Bob. Rob and Bob. Now, if you recall, we have done a number of Rob and Bob designs, and they all come from one cartridge, one image set that they've made available free to Cricut Access customers, and it's a pretty awesome cartridge, and I have this desire to do every single project. Okay, we can talk about that, Deborah. Deborah's saying she's having a problem with black and brown paper. And that it cuts and tears, and I have experienced that myself, so I know what you're talking about. Okay, so let's head on back to where Mom. Good morning, Mom. Who's Mom? Oh, my, that's my dog saying Mom. All right, so let's go to our image search engine here. This is what you get. Now, I know there are a lot of people who have started cricketing, and they really haven't done a lot of image searches. Like, they found something they like to do. That was me too. Like, when I first bought my Cricut, the Explore, the one that was fully integrated with the internet, the first thing I wanted to do was a corgi, not Halloween, Christmas ornament. Very simple, just the silhouette of the corgi, and I just could not figure out how to do it. And my friend who lives in Vermont said, I'll show you how. It was so simple. It took her like 15 seconds, and I was able to upload my image. And then the second step was I had all of these cartridges, and I wanted to link them all. And so what happened was way back in the day, before the Maker, before the Joy, before, right when they came out with the Explorer, before the Explorer, they had these things called cartridges, and they would have all the images on them. So one of the things that I have found out about Cricut Access is that all of those old images, almost all of those old images, except for the designer stuff, like Disney and stuff like that, but almost all of those old images have been added to Cricut Access. So what is Access? A lot of people wonder about that. Access is a subscription program. It gives you images, it gives you fonts, and it gives you projects. Plus, it also offers discounts on things, whether you're placing an order online at Cricut.com, you get free shipping, stuff like that. So, but I think the biggest part is the image sets, because there's just hundreds and hundreds, thousands and thousands of these images. And I still think sometimes in the image set mode, which used to be called cartridges. So one of the things when I show you is about, you know, which cartridge has all these different images on them. And it's a little bit hard sometimes to find them through the image search, but, you know, you can try doing that too. But that's why I'm here. That's why I'm here to show you all these little ins and outs. So anyway, this is this really wonderful image set. It's called The Best of Rob and Bob, and you can get there by going to your image search, and we're going to choose this image sets, okay? And then we should get, what happens is, I want to go back so that I can clear this out. Okay, so when I choose image sets, I get over 3,259 image sets, and they've been adding and adding and adding, but some of these are also older, so they were the cartridge. So there's some old stuff, there's some new stuff, there's a lot of stuff. And when you're searching for image sets, you have to search by the title, not by what's inside of the set. So in this particular case, I'm going to type in Rob, because the name of this designer is Rob and Bob Studios. I believe it's Studios. And they have quite a few really fun projects, one in particular that I mentioned, but also wanted to point out that they have these other things. We did a nice card from here. There's just some really cute stuff. We're going to come back to this, the Artspiration set, which came from their calendar in 2015. So how do you reuse calendar images? Well, they have done that. So we're going to do that too. So here's the Best of Rob and Bob. We're going to go into this one. And we have done this one. I'll probably do it again because everybody just loves it. We've done this one, and recently we did this Keep Your Candy Handy Frankenstein. But the one we're going to be working on today is this one. It's a skeleton one. It kind of looks small, so it's hard to see. So that's the one we're going to do. But if you happen to be sort of new and don't know about Rob and Bob, they have some really fun projects here, including this one, which I love this card. It's just like a love card, lots of doodling with regular pencils. There's a Thanksgiving one we're going to be doing, and there's a lot of Christmas stuff. And look, some more Thanksgiving stuff too. So, hey, keep this in mind because this is a fun one. Hi, Kathy. So, welcome. Anyway, so this is the one that we're going to do, the skeleton one. So we're going to hit insert images, and it comes in like this. Now, Lori Jo said to me, there's an extra piece on this, so I'm going to need your help with figuring this out because I found that to be the case as well. So I want you to look, first of all, at this is how it comes in. I actually took it apart, so I want to move all this over. So this is how it comes in, and I will mention to you that when it comes in, it doesn't even matter the machine you're working on. And by the way, can this be done on the Joy? It's possible. It would need to be resized, but the little pieces can be done for sure. I'm just worried about these back two pieces. So what you don't see here is that there's an inside of the card. That blue has this Happy Halloween, which I really liked, and I actually did in a silver calligraphy pen because I thought it was kind of cool and vintagey looking. But so the way that I put this card together was like a trifold. So they give you these extra pieces, and Lori Jo was saying about extra pieces. But one of the things that I've had a hard time with is I'm thinking maybe the skeleton goes here, and then this is sort of the middle piece that opens, and then this opens like this. Or does the skeleton go here because it's shown here with him in the front? All right. And so I don't know. I think it's one of those you got to kind of figure out for yourself. If you ungroup this, by the way, if you ungroup this. So here's our skeleton. It comes in many little pieces. And I will tell you that to cut this out, you're going to want to use cardstock with intricate cuts. So we'll talk about that too. But all of his little pieces, his hands and stuff like that, really require, like all the bones and stuff, really requires that you use an intricate cut setting if you're using cardstock. Now, someone brought up that blacks and browns don't cut well on the Cricut. That's not because of the Cricut. That's because of the paper. One of the things that I've found out is that even when you're using that Michael's Recollection paper for black, it still is kind of pulpy. Most black papers are kind of pulpy. The only black paper that I have had success with for intricate cutting has been the Cricut paper because it was designed for Cricut. And this is not necessarily a plug for Cricut paper, but, you didn't think of it as a trifold, Lori. Okay. I still have an extra piece, and I'll show you what I mean. But anyway, so getting back to black and brown. Blacks and browns are very pulpy colors. I don't know why. I think it might have something to do with the color itself. But if you actually handle black and white paper like the Recollection brands that we always use, you'll notice that it's got a different texture to it. So with this, when you're cutting out blacks, browns, but also with something this intricate, we're going to want to use a special setting that I want to show you, and I've mentioned before, but there's a lot of fussy cutting. That's what I would call it, fussy cutting. And there's a lot of fussy cutting on this because look at all of this intricacy in through the mansion or the house and the tree. There's a lot of fussy cutting, and it can lead to some problems with your machine because it's in black, So let's talk about that a little tiny bit. And then, I wanted to ask your opinion. Is it too early to do, I'm thinking of Saturday night. And I was going to either do a really beautiful and sort of creepy which thing, like a triptych, is sort of like a screen. But then I started thinking there's a turkey, a 3D turkey that I really, really want to make again. It's by Dreaming Tree, and I think he's called like the Gobbly Goober or something like that. And he's so adorable, but is it too early to do a Thanksgiving thing? Because I don't know. I kind of want to do him. So let me know in comments if you think, and I can even show you where he is in Dreaming Tree, which is at 3dsvg.com. His name is, what's his name? All right, we're going to look him up. All right, so Thanksgiving. It's a Thanksgiving thing. Never too early? Okay. Let's see. I'm going to just have to type in turkey. I'll give you the link and everything, but I've just been like chomping at the bit to show you this guy because here he is. He's so cute. Look at him. He's got these, and he's all 3D. Okay, so he's all 3D. He actually his head opens up kind of like a cookie jar, but it's more, I think it's just, he's really cute. He's just a really cute guy, and I want to do him so badly again. Oh, that's right. Oh, Leilani, thank you. Okay, let's do the Thanksgiving turkey for Saturday night, and I will put put a link. And yeah, he's so cute. I made him 2 years ago, I think. I ended up giving it to a friend, and I was like, oh, that was the one thing I didn't want to give away. Because I was like, oh, I love that. And it's hard to store him, though. So after the holiday, you'd have to probably put him in some sort of like a Rubbermaid container or something like that. Okay, so yeah, and it is going to be October, and October doesn't have to all be about Halloween, right? Okay, all right, so let's go back to our card. All right, so this is the card that we're going to do, and a couple of things that I would suggest about this. And one is, if you can swing it, use Cricut cardstock for the black. Definitely. And second of all, when you go to cut this out, and I'm just going to show you when you hit make it. By the way, I'll change my second thing. On the drawing part, you'll see that there's a little like triangle that comes up, and it will not let you actually cut this project unless you fix this error. And what this means only is that you need to go up here to the line type and draw. See that? Next to the draw, there's a question mark. Okay, you can't really see, it's a little small, but there's a question mark. All you have to do is just sort of pick any one of these colors. Doesn't matter which one, but for some reason, in all the iterations of Design Space, some projects come in like that, and you just have to make that adjustment. So when you go to cut it, there are 11 mats, and we could do our some of these mats are very small, like look at the little, the jack-o'-lantern, and this part is for the moon, and this part is for this other thing. So we can use our little trick, which is we can do our consolidating of mats. So for instance, if you have a lot of scraps like me, then you would click on these mats that have just one image that needs to cut, and we would choose that triple dot right here. And we would choose that, and it would say either hide or move. So we're going to move it, and let's move it to, say, this gray piece, okay? So it does change the colors, but that's okay. So we're going to continue to go along and do this with moving, and we'll just keep putting everything on that gray sheet. And that's just going to keep you from having to put in 11 mats, okay? And I'm going to show you how we achieve that. So here, let's move. There's a lot to move, so we'll just move. Oops, I did the wrong thing. I don't want to hide selected. How do I unhide the selected one? Interesting. Gonna have to talk to somebody at Cricut about that. Okay, so anyway, so we're moving these pieces. This one here is gonna go move. We're gonna move it to here. And let's see, what else can we move? This can be moved to here. And you see what I'm doing is that I'm eliminating all of these mats. But what I have to do is I have to go to where's my gray mat? There's my gray mat. What I have to do is I have to go and put all these little pieces, remembering what color they're going to be, and put them all in different areas. Now, when I showed you this, I showed you about a quadrant style. So for example, this one here is going to be yellow. You have to kind of remember that it's going to be yellow. And then underneath the moon, where is it? Okay, so this is going to be brown. This is going to be purple. This is going to be pumpkin color. These two things are going to be gray. And this one here is kind of a yucky green color. I didn't move it. Okay, and this is going to be yellow. So what you would then do is take all your little pieces of paper and put them to fit onto this one mat. And I tend to break it into quadrants, but in this case we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different colors. So what you can do is just break it up so that you know that there's a piece of paper that's going to be placed on the mat at 10, and that's going to be for that gross green color. The gross green color, and then these are for gray, and so we would put these little pieces on there, and it will look like a patchwork quilt, but that's okay. And this is this is a great project for scraps. And I do cut out 2 at the same time, but yes, that's right, Babs, you're getting it. You get it. I also used a full sheet for the blue because I cut out 2. So that's what I want you to do. Think about, instead of using a whole sheet like this, you know, save your scraps and just cut off this little part here, and this can be the one piece that you're going to put here. This is for this color right there. Okay? So that's what I would suggest that you do. And when you get to the place where you have to pick your base material, if you have an Explorer, you're going to turn your knob all the way to custom, and then you'll get this. And if you don't have selected as a favorite, you'll have to browse, but it's called Cardstock for intricate cuts. Now, I know I blew a few minds the other day when I showed people that you can have these favorites, and you see these little gold stars here. That means that Cardstock for intricate cuts is one of my favorites. You can have up to 12 favorites, which I do have. So here are all the 12 that I have: Everyday Iron-On, Glitter Cardstock. This is for me. These are mine. And so I can choose whichever one that I want to change. So what if you have 12 and you want to add something? For an example, the printable sticker paper I have found that from Cricut is not very good with my printer. So instead I use a washi sheet setting. So I really don't need the printable sticker paper as one of my favorites. So I would go through and browse all materials, because let's say I want to take that off and put something else on. If I try to put something else on like this, it will tell me you already have 12 favorites. You can't add any more until you remove something. So we're going to go to printable. We'll just type in printable. So see here, my printable sticker paper has the gold thing. So to unfavorite it, you just press on that gold star, and now I can go back to all favorites and make, I don't know, foil craft board. Is craft board one of my favorites? I love craft board. So I can now make it my favorite, and I don't get that mistake up here. Okay. And then here also is the cardstock for intricate cuts. That's what we're going to be doing most of the cutting for this out on. And believe me, you're going to need it, but you're especially going to need it for the black, just simply because, let me show you. This is the black one, and look at all of that detail right there. You just need to choose that intricate cut setting, and that really will clear up a lot of problems with it not cutting through or kind of mangling those little squares that are the windows and stuff like that. You can't find washi on your Explorer. Linda, you have to go to custom settings. It's under washi sheet. Okay, so if you go to browse all materials, you can search. You don't just have to browse. You can just type in WASHI, like wash with an I, and it comes up, washi sheet. It's not going to say washi tape, so if you typed in washi tape, you probably won't find it. Okay, So there we go. So that's how we're going to cut it. And I'm going to show you how to put it together, or at least I'm going to ask you for your opinion on how to put it together. So I'm going to move you over, and I did cut two. I always cut two. And so I can have one ready for you to see, and then also can put it together so you can see. So anyway, I decided to make this as a tri-fold card like this. I can't seem to decide where the skeleton should be. I mean, he is the main feature, so maybe I should put him here. Maybe I should not have put my gravestones. Maybe I should have put them there. I don't know. What do you guys think? I think that's the next time we put this together, I'll move my gravestones, and maybe I'll put my pumpkin here instead of the gravestone. And then when you open it this way, put the gravestones here, and then the third way, you see the Happy Halloween. I think that's what I'm going to do. Washi, washi, washi. We're back on washi. What washi sheet. Okay, so then, yeah, if you typed paper, that wouldn't have come up. So I think that is probably what I should do. Like this. Put the guy in the front, put the gravestones here, open it up, and it says Happy Halloween. And it has this cute little, they cut out stars that you're supposed to glue on, but what I think I would possibly do is cut out stars on this blue and put a little bit of yellow behind it. But it is already 3 sheets. Let me show you how I put it together anyway. So so this one it's fun, but it's a little challenging because we're not really sure, and that's why we need to work together and come up with a good plan. And maybe that's just also us needing to be creative. Anyway, so here are the major pieces. Just move all of my other stuff over. So I've got this piece that has a score here. I've got this piece that has a score there. So, and then this one here, which is supposed to be the inside of my card. And then I have these 2 pieces. So what I decided, I'm going to move you up a little bit. Okay, so what I decided was that to make the card sort of solid and to get this tri-fold look, what I would do is I would glue this piece to this piece. First, I would fold at the score lines. Now, I suppose I could turn it this way and make this, so I did it. So yeah, that I think looks better. Okay, so I cut it out like this, and I know that because it has the textured side here. So what I think I'll do is flip it over. This is the not textured side, but I'm going to flip it over so that my mansion or my haunted house, whatever that is going to be on the left-hand side. Let's just remove this piece. Okay, so it's going to be on the left-hand side, and then this piece, this was cut out like this with this facing up, but this piece is going to be cut like this and put on like that. So it's a fold over type of thing, and then you would get Happy Halloween here. So that's your card. The rest of it is just embellishments, right? So so that's how I put together this card. That's the way I saw it. I don't know, Lori Jo, what do you think? Lori Jo is the one that originally pointed this out to me. So that's the way I sort of envisioned it. It was a tri-fold card. Now I'm going to show you so you don't see the yellow. See how there's going to be yellow here? This is the yellow piece. So we're going to put that yellow piece here, but we don't want to see that when we open up the card, so we have this other cutout that's going to be here. All right, so it covers the yellow, but then when you turn it over, all you're going to see is the yellow for the walkway and for the house. supposed to be like illumination. Okay, so before I do that, I'm going to put this in there in the middle. I should point out that I used a calligraphy pen in silver. Where is it? I put it around here somewhere. But I used a silver calligraphy pen. Here it is. To do this lettering. That's why it looks like that. And I didn't pick the font. It was already assigned there. But I used this calligraphy pen. That's what this is. It's a 2.0 silver. And it has like an interesting tip to it. And that's what gave me that sort of calligraphy look on here. If you like it, you can replicate it that way. You don't have to, but that's up to you. All right. So here's our I keep wanting to say triptych. I know that. That's a different word. Okay. And so we're going to put our glue on to the back here. Whoops. Got to make sure it's on there really, really good because I don't want it to overlap. You see, I want it just to peek. I want the yellow to peek out. Even that, still a little not quite as lined up as I'd want. Thankfully, I'm using liquid glue so I can kind of move it over a little bit. Okay. And then I take this sort of a mask piece, I guess. And we could actually use this masked piece for putting something on. We could put the pumpkin on there if we wanted to. I don't know why I'm so concerned about the way it should be done. It's just, you know, when a designer puts something together, I want to do it sort of the way that they had designed it. Right? Okay, so then that becomes our card. You can either put this in the back. I don't know. To me, I kind of like having this inside and putting our skeleton guy here on the front. So with that being the case, I'm going to take my 2 gravestones and I suppose putting them on sort of at an angle would make them look old, as you know. Those old gravestones that are starting to fall in disrepair. Okay, so let's do that. All right. And now we just have to do the other things, one of them being the skeleton guy. I'll put this aside just briefly so you can see him. So he consists of this black piece. Then the white goes over the black. And you see, this is what I mean about intricate cutting. All of these little tiny cuts. The Cricut can do it, but you have to have the right setting. Okay? So then these are his pants. I chose this green as his pants. And here is his jacket. And he has a cane. And what else? I think he has a little thing on his hat, which I can't seem to find right now. So let's put him together. Oh, there's the little thing for his hat. Okay. Let's put him together. Careful of all those little tiny fingers. I'm not in frame. I'll move it over. Sorry. Okay, here we go. So the black piece is the bottom piece, and we're going to put it on this way. I want to be able to move it a little bit. I love layered images like this because it's kind of a cool thought process. How the color underneath pokes through. I think it's pretty cool. Okay, so then we're going to put on his pants. And these little pieces are a good place for like glitter embellishments and things like that, I tend to use glitter in small amounts, just simply because, you know, you don't usually have as much of it, but also it just kind of lends a little pop. So if I had some purple left over, I probably would use it there for his coat. Okay. All right. It's very windy here. Actually, you can actually hear the wind sort of making a lot of noise at my house. And I think it's scaring Benji because he keeps sitting underneath my feet. So, okay, this is his hat band. Really don't want a ton of glue. I just want a little, you know what? I'm just going to put it on the band. So I don't want to put it on my skeleton guy. There we go. I always use my little, for the wrong reason, but I use my little pick there for the wrong reason. Take off the glue or to position that thing. Okay. Too much glue. Too much glue. It's on my finger. Stupid. Oh my God. Oh man, sometimes. Okay. Then the other pieces that we have are the pumpkin, and the pumpkin gets this yellow underneath. I think I need another cup of coffee. All right, so the yellow underneath. Okay, and then the moon, kind of interesting. It has this kind of greeny like look. I do have a silver tip for my glue, and I need to find it because I have actually many of them, and I just haven't put them on. I'll put them on soon. All right. So there is the moon. So I think definitely the moon has to go up here in the back. And now we have to make a decision. We put this here, and I think the guy should go here. I don't want him to, yeah, how about that? There, like this. It's gonna cover up the tree though. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so I'm gonna just attach this guy. Don't put glue all over him because he's kind of sticks out, I think. And if you have to, you can always go back and add more glue. Like right here, maybe. I'm definitely going for my second cup of coffee after this. It was a rough night. All right. Okay. And then now there's the pumpkin. I suppose I could put the pumpkin here. Yeah, I could do that. Happy Halloween. I don't know. It's kind of crowded in the front. Maybe I'll put it here. This one here, I'll put here. All right. Just for something of interest on there. Okay. I forgot to do the moon. The moon's kind of cool because it has this little bat here. Okay. So here we go. So we have our guy on the front. It's kind of cool. And they open it up, and then we put our little pumpkin there, and then the headstones, and then there's a Happy Halloween. So that's how I would have put it together. And so, as Lori Jo had mentioned, she didn't realize it as a tri-fold. I don't know, I suppose. No, I like it this way. What do you guys think? Do you like it? This is, I think it's a 5x7 card, by the way. 7. Yep. It ends up, when you do it this way, when you put those folds in the back, it ends up being a 5x7 card, so which means it would fit in a regular envelope for an A7, 5x7. Let's see. So I think that's pretty fun. Nothing mind-shattering, but that's okay. You know, it can only take so much mind-shatteringness in a day. So let's see. Tomorrow we're going back to do that Thanksgiving card that I promised on Tuesday. So we're going to be doing a Thanksgiving card, and let's see. That makes Thursday and Friday. Oh yeah, Friday I have another Halloween card that I'm going to show you. So it's mostly cards this week, I guess. Yeah, so let's see. And then we'll start with the turkey. I'll put the link in there. He does take a little while to put together, so he's perfect for date night. I just didn't know if it was okay to start it in October, which would be like the 3rd of October. And then going forward, we'll have a couple other really fun things, and I'm going to be starting with Christmas next week. The first full week in October we're going to be starting with. Thanks, David, for reminding us. So if you didn't get a foil transfer kit, David's saying that they're available on Target still. I don't know what the price is, but they are definitely sold out on the Cricut website. They'll be back in stock like the second week in October, and I think that Anna Griffin's going to be doing a presentation next week on HSN. And yeah, Christmas, and when I say Christmas, I'm saying I should say holiday, because I don't just do Christmas cards. I like to do a lot of winter cards for people who don't celebrate Christmas. So you should tune in for that. We'll do some ornaments. We'll do some cards. We'll do decorations. We're even going to do a wreath. So definitely keep tuning in. If you're not already subscribed, could you please subscribe to my YouTube channel? Please, please, please. I beg you. If you're not already subscribed, I'm trying to reach 10,000 people on, I think that's just a really great number to end the year with. So, and I'm at like 8,400. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for coming today. I hope you have a wonderful day, no matter what the weather is like. So, tropical Christmas. Nancy, I love that idea. Tropical Christmas. Ooh, with like flamingos and palm trees decorated. I don't know. That sounds like fun. We'll definitely do something different, not your typical Christmassy stuff. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming today again, and have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Bye.